So thank you so much, guys, for all of your encouragement, all the messages on the previous video. I appreciate it. Today, as I want to say, gather here, come together, Manchester United fans. Thank you so much. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your encouragement. I appreciate your trust. Yes. And today I want to talk about something that is very, very important to Manchester United, and this is in the midfield department. I saw a video of one guy that in the video he was trying to make sure that Manchester United fans get to see Sekou Kone above Carlos Baleba, and he made it look like Sekou Kone is a finished product that is ready for the EPL, and that will come into the EPL and he will boss the Manchester United defense. According to him, Sekou Kone is press resistant. According to him, Sekou Kone is strong on the ball. According to him, he is fast on the ball. But we've all seen Sekou Kone, and we know that this is someone who still have a lot of improvement to do in his game. We know this guy is not Kobe Mainu. He has a lot of improvement to do in his game. As a matter of fact, in Ruben Amorim's press conference, he talked about Kobe Mainu. He talked about Kobe Mainu injecting pace to his game. So we understand that what Ruben Amorim wants to build is players with speed, players who are tenacious, players who run with the ball. Yes? Players who can hold the ball, run with the ball, dictate the pace of the game. And this is the kind of team Ruben Amorim wants to build, because he has talked about Kobe Mainu injecting pace in his game, and they are going to work on all of that. You know, there is one thing about meeting a player, and there is another thing about improving that player, improving the player, how the player plays football. So back to what I was saying. So this guy was comparing Carlos Baleba, a proven Premier League midfielder playing for Brighton, and comparing him with a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old that is coming through the ranks of Manchester United, and that is still trying to, you know, learn the trade properly and grow into a formidable midfielder, the talent that we see. When I watched the clips he was showing, I was shocked. I was like, in my mind, I was like, so you are watching these clips and you're seeing these clips with your own eyes, and you are telling me that Sekou Kone can play like Carlos Baleba. Are you seeing the difference? Are you seeing Baleba and what he does with the ball? How he turns the midfielders, how he dispossesses midfielders. Can you see how confident he is on the ball, where he picks up the ball, how he protects the ball, run with the ball, beat the press, and move forward? This is typical Ruben Amorim kind of midfielder. Typical, someone who can take up the ball, beat one or two players, and move. This would give players like Bruno Fernandes the liberty to become that creative machine that he is. He would not have to worry about defending. He would not have to worry about stopping plays or tracking back, because he has someone who is proven, who can hold it down, beat presses. Like we are with someone with a player like Carlos Baleba, Manchester United can build beautifully, because all you just need is to put two, three passes together, gets to Carlos Baleba. He's sure going to beat his man, and then he creates that space for the wide players, for the strikers and the attackers, and Bruno Fernandes to go ahead. You cannot compare Sekou Kone. You cannot compare Sekou Kone to Carlos Baleba. It was too degrading for Sekou Kone. It was too degrading for Carlos Baleba. It was degrading to Carlos Baleba that you was going to compare a proven Premier League midfielder, someone who has caught the eyes of a lot of clubs, who fans have seen to be very formidable, and you're trying to inject a young boy who looks really promising, who looks very assured in the position, but is still going to learn the trade. I see Kone as another Mainu. Just that's what I see. A boy that bounces, yes, he puts in hard tackles. Remember, This is the same thing Casemiro does. Put in hard tackles, win the ball, but he's not press resistant. A player like Kone will be dispossessed, yes, because I see him modeling like Pogba, and a lot of times Pogba was dispossessed a lot of times in the midfield, which amounted to him being inconsistent with his plays, because there are times where he does it and he goes ahead to create beautiful chances, and there are times where he wastes too much time on the ball and he'll be dispossessed. And this is what I see Sekou Kone being modeled around, more like a Pogba kind of player. And we know that for Pogba would also need somebody like Baleba beside him to actually do very well. It happened in Juventus when he was at Juventus. He needed a player who does the crazy tackles and then releases the ball to him. So someone like Sekou Kone will still need a Baleba in that team, because Sekou Kone, yes, he tackles, he wins balls, yes, but he does not have the tenacity that Baleba has to take the ball, move with the ball, run with the ball, create chances and all of that. No, he does not have it. So even if he moves with the ball, he's not as fast as Carlos Baleba. Baleba is fast with the ball. Baleba turns midfielders really sharply. And these are the kind of midfield, this is the type of midfielder Manchester United should be looking at right now. A proper box-to-box, beat, twist, turns and move. This is what I want to say, because I saw this guy comparing these players and I was like, how are you watching this same thing? What you are showing me, the same thing I'm watching. How are you watching the same thing and saying what you're saying? But then it is good. Manchester United fans, we do not know better than Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim has seen this guy. Ruben Amorim played Sekou Kone in one of the games. Yes, he played Sekou Kone in the Asia All-Stars game. We saw him play in the midfield, right? And we have seen Carlos Baleba play throughout the season. And we know the player that is better. So, like I always say, let us not be coaches. Yes, in as much as we want the best for Manchester United, we should actually be constructive with our criticisms instead of trying to create an idea that, okay, we are better off because we are better off as sporting players and all of that. I just want Manchester United fans to also know that you just have to support Ruben Amorim, because a lot Ruben Amorim is doing in this club. Listen, I want to tell you something, yeah? A player like Sekou Kone would be looking for Premier League football. A player like Bryan Mbeumo will be looking for Premier League football. They are some of the best players in the last season that just ended. Yes, their name rings bells. Sekou Kone, Bryan Mbeumo, it rings bells. And if they were available for other clubs, other clubs would have snapped them. The reason why other clubs did not take Sekou Kone and Bryan Mbeumo is because they chose Manchester United. And why did they choose Manchester United? Because the coach was instrumental in making sure that they choose Manchester United. It is simple. This is the Ruben Amorim effect. It is the Ruben Amorim effect. Look at all of the players in the team. Diogo Dalot, Joshua Zexi, they have come out to tell you that Ruben, see, they complain about Eric. These players complain about Eric Ten Hag. These players complained about how the training was, but look at this. Look at them today, talking about Ruben Amorim in USA, how his training is going, and they are all like, we love it, we are ready to go. This is the sign. Ruben Amorim said it. I have players, I'm ready to play. If this is the team I have going into the Premier League, I will be happy to play with them, because these are players who wants to play for the club. I am with players who has decided to play for the club. And then this is one of the most important parts, having players who has chosen to play for the club. And he said that there will be times when we will not play well, but we will win games because of the unity, because of the bond in the team. Manchester United fans, I want you to support Ruben Amorim. I'll say this every time at the end of every video. Support Ruben Amorim. I'll see you again in my next video.